look at your individual progress that you've made. Are you happy with the results? If not, why not? And I want you to do me a favor. Write those down because I'll be circling back to those throughout the week. Now, I want to give you guys a setup here. So first off, let's look at the challenges that you had. And this is something that you have to do individually. So I want to come on this live and get you prepped for it. The challenges that you had individually and the wins that you had as well. So you may not have lost the weight that you look for, but you're eating better, you're getting stronger, you're being more hungrier, which means your metabolism is going up, you're sleeping better, you're not getting as much joint pain. So all of those are wins. You want to record those and have them down. Now the challenges, we want to do the same thing, we want to record them and have them all set down as well. So that when you send that to me, I will now use that in compiling your plan for next year, 2025. Now also, that being said, there are some things we got to look at. We got to look at the plan. So most of you by now are familiar with the 4-step coaching sequence. And I think I have it here on the screen. So let me bring it up. Right, there it is. So we start by restoring balance. That's the first thing. Then we go into metabolic repair. Then system regulation. And then we reduce body fat. And this is a sequence we normally run through persons as they are on their journey. Now, if you notice, for those of you who are in the nutrition group, we did a similar sequence during the 8th week we were doing that test trial. We are in Christmas now. And so what we like to do for Christmas, we know most persons are going to have a festive time. They're going to eat, drink, and be merry. So we do not recommend doing a cut in Christmas. So what I'm going to ask you ladies to do for me is to use this as the restoring balance. So you're going to focus more on eating, sleeping better, and reducing your stress. Now, because it's Christmas, a lot of these will be a lot easier because you definitely get to eat more. You'll probably get to reduce your stress more, and hopefully you get to sleep better, especially if you're a teacher and you're out of school. So that is what I need to focus. I'm going to be doing a separate live, and this one is going to be a generalized one. You can invite your friends for it. And I'm going to show you guys how to maximize your nutrition during Christmas. But just right off the bat, let me just give you guys a quick overview. The main thing, and do I have my plate here? I don't have my plate here. The main thing you want to focus on in Christmas is this. You want to make sure that you get your proteins in. Now, there will be a wide supply, a wide array of proteins. So you want to make sure that you maximize that. When you set your plate up, let's say this is your plate. You want to make sure that the protein, you have a nice, at least quarter plate, a little bit more if you want, quarter plate of your protein, and ensure if you're not plant-based that you add some plant-based protein in there. So if you're having your turkey, if you're having that kind of stuff, you want to make sure and add some beans in there. So that's your protein. Now when you're eating, I'll show you the sequence. The next one you want to have is going to be your vegetables. Yes, it's Christmas, you prepare and make sure you leave some room for the vegetables. Even if it is just lettuce, put it there. And then the other half there, you can go crazy with your carbs. I'll give you some room to work with your carbs and enjoy yourself. Now, when you're eating, here's the trick. You want to eat the proteins and the vegetables first. That will do two things. One, it will improve your satiety level, so you'll not be able to eat as much junk afterwards. Secondly, it will load the body up with fiber. This is more important. It's going to load the body up with all the fiber. Now, why is that important? When you take in the carbohydrates, because the fiber is there, it will cause the foods of the carbohydrates to break down a lot slower, which will, in effect, lower that spike in blood sugar. Right? So that is what I want you to do. And then you backfill everything else. So make sure you get the protein in first. Fill your plate up when you go out for Christmas dinner. Put that protein in the plate. Put those veggies in the plate. And then you backfill with everything else. When you are eating, you're going to eat the exact same way. Eat the protein first. Make sure you get everyone done. Then the vegetables, or you could eat the vegetables and protein, but make sure that side of the plate is finished first. And then once you have space, you backfill with the rest. You will find when you do it this way, you will overeat less. Also, you will not have that lethargicness because you are already front loading with the protein. And then when the carbohydrates get down and break down now, they have the protein, they have the fiber there. So that's going to control the blood sugar levels. If you're going to have your cake, and of course, I'm not going to tell you don't have cake. If you're going to have a cake, same process apply. Front load the protein and the vegetables, and then you have the cake at the back end, right? So always bring the cake, always bring desserts at the back end of front loading with protein and vegetables. Front load protein and vegetables. If nothing else stick for you this Christmas, That should be the only thing at stake. Front load your protein, front load your vegetables. Front load your protein, front load your vegetables, have your desserts after, right? You'll eat a lot less, you will have better blood sugar control, and you will still be hitting your protein targets because this is the time you're going to get most of your protein, so you might as well hit them, right? Now, that being said, once we do that, that part is out of the window. What are you going to do in terms of activity? Now, activity is totally up to you. Totally up to you. I would suggest that you find ways to move more. So just walk. You're not going to be cleaning the house. You're going to be doing all that kind of stuff. So just find ways to move around the house more, right? If you want strength training, you have them in the SSOD app. You feel free to use those. I'll probably jump on throughout the week and just do some classes. And these are going to be classes. You guys are more than welcome to join me in those classes. And I'll do some of them on YouTube as well, just to make it benefit for everybody, right? Because we want everybody to be in shape this Christmas. And I'm going to focus on what I'll tell you too. If you do train, focus on strength training. 2 reasons why. You're eating a lot of protein. Protein is going to repair and rebuild the muscles that you create or that you train to break down. And that is going to help build them back. Strength training is also going to get you stronger, build more muscles. More muscles means your body calorie burn will go up. So in case you didn't know, guys, the research shows that, well, let me put it out like this. Which one do you think would burn more calories? If you walk continuously for an hour or if you strength train for 30 minutes? Just make a wild guess. Okay, so most of you probably would, because this is a FitMag group, all of you really smart. So I should have done this to another generalized group. But most of you probably would have said strength training. And that's because we've been focusing on that. Now, most people think that if you want to lose weight, you're going to treadmill and you walk for an hour. The study actually shows when you strength train, you burn more calories, you build more muscle, and more importantly, you burn more fat. Because as you're strength training, your energy requirements is going to be a lot higher than for somebody who is continuously walking. Now, if you want to get more scientific, strength training uses the anaerobic pathway, which is burning energy without oxygen. Oh no, in the presence of oxygen. Basically, when you're strength training, the way to explain this is if you can exercise and hold a normal conversation, then that is the aerobic pathway. If you can exercise and not hold a normal conversation, that's the anaerobic pathway. The anaerobic pathway burns more calories. So if you notice when you're strength training, you're pushing weights, you can't hold a normal conversation because you're so focused, right? When you're walking continuously, you could probably do that, especially if you're not like ridiculously overweight or anything, right? Or out of shape. So what the research shows is that by strength training, you would actually burn more calories and burn more fat, not just calories, fat. So if you had to do 1 workout per week, I would strongly suggest that you guys focus on strength training exercises, right? So get your bands out, get your weights out, whatever you're working with, and just focus on that. And it could be simple things as the 3 main exercise. Do 3 rounds of squat, do 3 rounds of presses. So that could be push-up, that could be line press, or that could be overhead press, and do 3 rounds of rows. That is going to be something that you're pulling back. Those are the 3 main exercises. You do those, you're good to go, right? 15 minutes could get that done for you. And that will be perfect for most of you. But main thing for you guys, I just want you guys to just focus on restoration. Why I want you to focus on restoration? You've been working hard for the entire year, so your body needs some downtime. And you will find that when you come back in January, you're going to come back stronger, you're going to come back performing a lot better, and you'll be able to train harder. So I will not push you too much to do the strength training more than once per week. Anything else, just move around. But you want to focus you on feeding yourself now, putting back in the calories, and let the body rest and restore. So that's what we're going to do for this season. Now, that being said, let's go back up here. So we are in the purple, that's the restore balance. That we're going to use Christmas to do. We're going to use Christmas to restore the balance. Now, when we finish that, January, obviously, we're going straight now into our metabolic repair. So the goal in January is to bring the metabolism up. Now, this is going to be done over a 6-week period. So we have an opening challenge, and we call it the 6-week challenge. It will have a more sexy name by the time you see it, but I'm going to bring all of you back into that. But the main for this challenge is to open the flow, open the program to others, right? And we normally open with challenges because persons are more up to come into a challenge, right? However, for you, you're going to use the challenge the same way. The reason we do the challenge at the start of the year, because most persons who come into a challenge would have already gone through the restore balance phase. Why? Because during Christmas, they would have been eating a lot. Now, not necessarily healthiest foods, but we could safely assume that their calorie would be up to what? Or up at least to their baseline, right? Most of them would have been rested, at least from work, and more in a leisure state. And that would have given them some level of restoration. So when they come now, we could go straight into this metabolic repair. Now, if somebody came to me straight off the bat, came out of dieting, I would not go this direction. But we could safely assume that most persons coming out of Christmas are in a restoration phase. So from there, we're going to go into the metabolic repair, system regulation, and reduce body fat. Now, for the 6-week challenge, it will work pretty much like this. The first 2 weeks, we're going to be focusing on metabolic repair. And for those persons who need a little bit more restoring balance, we're going to focus on that. Then the second 2 weeks, we're going to go into the metabolic and system regulation. And in the last 2 weeks, that's when we're going to go into dedicated fat burn. Right? After that 6 weeks, we're going to take a week break just so the body restore and then run the next cycle. So my boy will be running a 6-week challenge every other month. Right? So just something there to note. Now, if you want the private clients, then you'll be following the exact same pattern. It will just be stretched out over a longer period of time. So December, you're in the purple zone. Come January, you will be in the red zone. Then you'll be in this olive zone and the green zone. So we're going to go into a hard cut come January, right? So that's going to make sure that we are hitting those results. We're getting what we want. Now, that being said, as I said, you guys by now would have had for me the year in review, the goals that you have hit, the wins that you had, and the challenges that you face. So that being said, I want you guys to send it to me. You guys all receive my email. So just reply to this email, reply to my email with your wins and your challenges. Highlight the areas to me that you found extremely challenging, and also highlight the wins. So this way, when I look at it, I will be putting together a plan for you in 2025 to make sure that we continue progressing in the direction that you need to go. So I'm going to wrap this video up now, and I'm going to wrap this live up. Again, thank you guys so much for being here, and have yourselves an awesome night. Don't forget to do that list for me. I know you guys are busy with your last minute Christmas stuff. So just when you get a chance, just reply to the email from Fitma. Send me that list so I can get working on it. And until our next video, have yourselves an awesome night. Have yourselves an awesome Christmas. Make the best of it. Look out for that nutrition video. Share with your friends. And those impromptu workouts, look out for them. You can share these. These are going to be open workout through the Christmas. And just things to keep you guys busy. All right. Y'all take care and have yourselves a blessed Christmas. And when the new year comes, I will tell you.